Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and I want to tell you guys today why I'm excited for Sonic the Hedgehog. I know this is a new kind of series I want to do on the channel. I know that I cover a lot of negative news, a lot of bad news, and I want to put a little bit of good news out there. I want to talk about why I'm excited for a movie and what about it gets me going. What about it blows my skirt up? But Sonic is an interesting film because when we first got our first look at the guy, when we first saw him here back in this poster from last year, no one really knew what to expect. People actually thought that his left leg there was a penis because of the way that it's protruding out of his hip and the way that it's just kind of designed, and it did not help at all when we actually saw him and he looked like this. Well, more importantly, like this, and in my nightmares, like this. And that is horrifying. Look at it, let it stare into your soul, and you can see why. Oh my God, there was a huge backlash. There was a massive, massive backlash to this. And in the days leading up to a revelation, unlike one that we normally don't get when there's a big fan backlash, SEGA and Paramount did, in fact, try to push this here by putting out this poster, which, look, I guess in this context, you're kind of like, okay, maybe it's not the worst thing on the planet, but then you go back to this and you go, no, it's horrifying, it's terrible, please God, make it stop. And it's still aesthetically pleasing, right? The trailer, the teaser that they showed us, not so much, and a lot of people got really upset. I mean, people were putting video out after video out after video out that was pulling in over 1 million views. That is how many people out there were utterly just terrified of what they were looking at and not wanting it to be another bad video game movie adaptation. Well, thankfully, the gods of the internet were kind to us this time, and apparently the Sonic the Hedgehog is going to be redesigned in order to, deal with the criticism. They're saying here it's the criticism's so bad that they're going to go and change it. And this was just a couple days later, and a lot of people were really happy. A lot of the reasons why is because, well, when we got to take another look at Sonic a few months later, this is the design we got. And quite frankly, that's pretty effing awesome. I was actually really excited for that. Like when I first saw this trailer, I'm like, oh man, they've done it. They've actually done it. They've gone back and they've made it work. But they did have to push the movie back a little bit. They had to push the movie back by a few months from November to February, and that's actually okay. November was crowded as it was, with Frozen 2 having come out and some other big name movies having come out. And so it's just a less crowded playing field to come out on Valentine's Day. And I think there's going to be a lot of nerds and nerdettes out there that are going to want to dive on in to take a look at this movie when it opens up next week. Now, I can say that two people I know, that Dreamcast Guy and Geekdom, have both gone and seen the movie today. They got invited to early screenings, I think in their respective cities, and they saw the movie today, and both of them came out and said, holy crap, it's actually good. Now, that was another reason why I got excited for this film. I was already going to make this video, but that just was like the icing on the cake for me. When I look at a movie like Sonic and I think about all of the terrible video game adaptations that we've seen over the span of the past, oh God, how many years now? 30 years almost since Super Mario Brothers came out, it feels like. And a lot of people out there just don't like video game adaptations because it's never really done right. And a movie like this probably isn't going to be done just right. From what they were saying in their reviews, at least from Geekdom, is that there are a fair amount of fun throwbacks, fun Easter eggs here and there. And if you are a fan of the cartoon and of the games, you are going to enjoy this movie. Now, let me tell you what I'm excited for. I'm actually excited for, oddly enough, the cinematography. As weird as that seems, this is why I was curious to see how Jeff Fowler would do as a director. Now, this is just a shot from one of the trailers, but I just love the way that it looks. Jim Carrey clearly going almost full Robotnik. Well, no, he is full Robotnik mode here. And he just has that red glow contrasted with the blue glow from Sonic. And I love that shot, as well as this shot here of him putting on his goggles, getting ready probably for the final showdown, and just having the reflection of Sonic right there. I just think it looks pretty damn cool. And if I'm being honest here, I also really enjoyed the Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Yachty, and Sueko the Child song Speed Me Up. And the music video was pretty cool because it also did a lot of this 8-bit animation stuff inside of it, which I felt was really just like a good time. It was just fun for me and everything else to see. So this movie is not going to be without its problems, most likely. I don't know what I don't know what it's going to bring in. I don't know what it's projected to make. I do know that it comes in at just around 99 minutes, and it does have a budget of around $95 million. There have been some complications with the redesign, because we don't quite know how much of that first trailer was the final design of the character. I've heard some conflicting reports that it was only like 5% complete at that point, and so they could easily go back in. I do know that they went and they got one of the original, I think it was like Sonic, one of the last Sonic games. They had a director come on board to help redesign the character, and to me that's pretty cool that they had that guy come in. They went back to the source material and they found the people who worked on the game to have them come in to help redesign it. But there have been some complications on the VFX front, unfortunately. Even following the extra time and money spent for the redesign, what we found out is that Sonic the Hedgehog's redesign company closed. This was actually about 2 months ago, which is pretty sad, all things considered. They went through all that extra work and then they ended up closing. So all I can really hope out of this movie is that it does well enough that those guys can go on to find other work and find other jobs. And I'm not worried that they're not going to be able to. I fully expect them to be able to go in and find work. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. But at the end of the day, when I think about Sonic the Hedgehog as a movie, on paper, it shouldn't work. And I mean that legitimately. It should not work. This is the type of movie that would have been destined to fail back in the 90s. The type of movie that would have been overproduced by people who don't understand video games. And here, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be any better. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. But two people I know that I trust their opinion have said that it's good, which gives me hope. And it gives me another reason to be excited to watch Sonic when it drops next week, which I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and my review on. So anyway, let me know if you're excited to see this, and what about it you are excited to see. I want to hear your thoughts about it. I'll talk to you guys all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you so much for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, you got to tell me. You got to give it a like. You got to share it around. You got to tell me so I know to make more. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Then peace out. Hey, thank you very much for watching the video. If you want to keep the conversation going, and if you've made it this far, you clearly do, come on in and join the Discord. Link is in the video description. Can't wait to see you there. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.